This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning in to another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. 7 games in, and the Knicks look shaky. They're 3-4, and they're not looking good. Is there cause for concern? Let's analyze. So the Knicks are now 3-4. They just lost to the Atlanta Hawks. They lost on Monday to the Houston Rockets. So that makes 2 in a row. 2 losses in a row. I'm concerned. Because there's some things, and look, listen, I know it's early. I know the Knicks have, you've changed your starting lineup. You've got Mikal Bridges. You've got Karl Anthony Towns, and they're figuring things out. But and I knew this would possibly be an issue. But for me, the thing that is a problem and going in was defense. Defensively, I said, this team with OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges should be really, really good on the perimeter. But then I started analyzing as a Jets fan, mind you. And hear me out. 2 different sports, Samuel. No. Hear me out. You've got, the front 4 for the Jets were always able to cause, to kind of, with Jermaine Johnson, and obviously, McDonald now, but they used to, put pressure, be able to put pressure on the opposing team's offensive line, so to speak. And I think that when you look at, you've got Quincy Williams, obviously, and Quinnen Williams, one of the premier pass, defensive guys in the league, pass rusher, whatever. And that having that pressure allows for the secondary to go behind you and play man defense and shut people down. Well, the Knicks are kind of, to me, the reason why you're seeing a lot of issues with the Knicks is because they no longer have an Isaiah Hartenstein. Mitchell Robinson is hurt. And as a result, offensive rebounds, which was the calling card of this Knicks team, and then obviously Julius Randle, who's also a double-double machine, all 3 of those guys right now are not here. Now, Mitch, a lot of people in the offseason, now the next thing the Knicks need to do is the Knicks are going to have to get rid of Mitchell Robinson. How's that looking now, Knick fans? Getting rid of Mitchell Robinson? I think Mitchell Robinson right now can't get healthy enough quicker. Can't come back quicker. Get healthy, Mitch. The Knicks need him. Now, you're going to say, you may say that, oh, well, the Knicks also, they're the injury concern. Yeah, that was really not an issue last year. They went down to their G League roster and they were still competing. I'm concerned, y'all. I'm concerned because, I know Campaign is out. I know Precious Achiuwa is out. I know Landry Shamet, who's not part of the team, he's down in the G League and all. He's going to come back. Offense, to me, is not an issue. Defense and rebounding is a problem. Atlanta scored 58 points in the paint? They're not afraid anymore. They're not afraid anymore. Teams are not afraid anymore. They're not. They're attacking. And you've got a Karl Anthony Towns, a 7-footer, who had a great game, mind you. In these last few games, what is he averaging? 29 points, 15 rebounds. What else can Cat really do? But defensively, the Knicks need help. Now, I'll tell you this. There's a glaring weakness here when Cat is not on the floor. And there's a guy right now who's a waste of space. And look, this is mean to say. Should never call somebody a waste of space. But and this is a guy who I believe is about to become situational. Is about to become situational in one Jericho Sims. You've been in the league not one, not two, not three, but I believe this is his fourth year. Jericho Sims, it's 7 games in. I don't see a high motor. I see a guy who's still like, what are you doing? And I see a guy who, if he doesn't get his act together, he's going to get Kevin Knoxed. I think he's going to get Kevin Knoxed. I think he's going to get Cam Reddished. I think he's going to be stuck on that pine on the bench. Jericho, let me get that Gatorade, please. I mean, that's what he's going to be doing. That's what he's going to be doing. You've got an Ariel Hukporti who last game going into halftime, he looked like he was trying to teach Jericho something. And to the point where, look, listen, how much longer can Tibbs hold him back? How much longer can you hold him back? You need a defensive guy, a guy with energy, and a guy who's going to be willing to do the dirty work. Now, you've got a Precious Achiuwa. He's traveling with the team. Supposedly, the hamstring is getting healthy, and he should be back soon. But Jericho Sims, now, I was thinking maybe the Jericho and Precious play well together. They do. Jericho Sims kind of like that linebacker DN thing. Like you've got the guy behind you helping you, in calling the plays and what have you. Pause. I think that maybe Tibbs is holding out because he knows that those two work very well together. And possibly that might be the duo that may help us on the boards. Possibly, maybe, because when Jericho and Precious were on the floor together, they played well. So we're going to see. Maybe that's what Tibbs is holding out for. Maybe that's why we're not seeing Ariel Hukporti, aka Airport, is what I call him. But I mean, the Knicks right now. It's only 7 games in, but I'm concerned not about the offense. I know, look, Mikal Bridges is going to get it. He's going to figure it out. Karl Anthony Towns, Brunson is not looking like himself, especially in the clutch. I mean, and I'm surprised, right? Brunson is still averaging. He's still averaging 6 points a game, 26 points a game, rather. But the thing for the Knicks that stood out is 58 points in the paint for the Hawks and 16 offensive rebounds. This is the Knicks usually lead in that. Cat had 34 points, 16 rebounds, and shout out to him. He took, he in the last 6 games. I mean, he's been doing his thing. Double machine against Houston. He had 17 points, 19 rebounds. He's doing everything that he possibly can on the boards. But I think for the Knicks to get it together, they are going to have to figure out the rebounding and the defense. And I knew that this is why Precious is being missed right now. This is why people were wanting the Knicks to trade for Utah Jazz's the Utah Jazz center in what's his name? And I'm sorry, not Markkinen, obviously. Walker Kessler, because he's a guy who's a rim protector, an agitator. But I think the Knicks are going to be patient, wait for Mitch. Precious is coming back. And for those, like I said, I was mad at Sims 10 minutes and gave you nothing. Um, I think, what was it, only 2 points or whatever it is. I think that once Precious is back, you're not going to see Precious play and then Sims sit. I think at that point, Tibbs will play them both together, and that will help. Um, I think obviously it was good to see Tyler Kolek on the floor, hit a few shots, but obviously Tibbs will rather stick with a Cameron Payne. But the Knicks offensively, they're figuring it out. In the clutch, they're stinking it up. In the clutch, they're stinking it up right now. And that's what I want to see. Does the ball have to go more to Karl Anthony Towns? I don't know. I'll tell you what, watching Karl Anthony Towns play how he's playing, with the 34 points and 15 boards or whatever it is, makes you kind of wonder. Becky Hammond, she did say, you need a big guy. I mean, is Tibbs going to start going to the big guy, to the big man in the post? I don't know. Right now, Jalen Brunson is figuring it out. He's the captain and all. But, there's a lot of things. And look, listen, Tibbs likes to make changes. What was it, 20 games in? Or they reevaluate things every 10 games. So the rebounding and defense has to improve ASAP. And hopefully when Precious gets back, and then you have him and Sims working together, that can help on the defensive front and on the rebounding front, for sure. But right now, listen, Karl Anthony Towns, kudos to that man. He said he has to come out with more energy and be better. No question about it. I don't know what else he can do. But the Knicks right now have lost 2 straight. They get ready to play the Bucks. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. By the way, guys, the Giannis stuff, the rumors of Giannis and he's not happy and he's got the Knicks on his wish list. Nah, negative. He's not. The Knicks already pushed their chips to the middle of the table. They're not going after Giannis. Giannis is going South Beach, Lakers. That's likely. I don't see the Knicks. No, the Knicks are not. Giannis, that's over with. But we shall see what happens, folks. We got to be patient with the Knicks, but rebounding and defense has definitely has me concerned. Now it's that time. We close out with some NFL news. Dak Prescott, who's on IR, they're saying that his hamstring pulled off the bone. Woo. Get well, Dak. Get well. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, folks. I'm on Facebook at Sam I Analyze, on Instagram at Sam I Analyze, on the platform formerly known as Le Twitter, at Sam I Analyze. I am also on TikTok. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.